friends, welcome to Creating with Jovi and to 12 Days of Christmas Cards. I want to do something just a little different today. Hopefully it works out for me. So I have this old card from 1991. It is definitely vintage. And it is a card to promote the city of Galveston. And so I thought what I would do, perhaps, is, and we're going to try it out before we commit to it, but let's say we use the fabric like we did a few days ago, and then let's say I cut this, and then I layered that over top of the fabric. But then, what if I took this and added it to the card? Does that work or not? It's kind of a mess, isn't it? So I don't think I like that. So what could I do if I wanted to use this card? And I can always use this card in something else, in some other way. So I'm not hung up on it, but I just kind of wanted to play with it. The other idea is I could sort of loosely fussy cut the card out. More of the fabric would show. What else? Let me think about this. Okay, so if I did that, then I could bring this cute little paper doll, I could fussy cut her out, and I could put her down on the card. So that could be interesting. Maybe we give that a try. All right, my friends, you know what I decided? I think I'd like to try a different fabric on in the background. So let's try this one. Now the pattern is quite large, but let's just try it on for size. So here's the fabric, and then this would be the first layer. I'd probably have to trim this down the sides a little bit more because the card, let me fold that over so you can see it. We would scoot this over just a little bit like that. So it would be something like this. And then we would have our paper doll, and she could go like right here. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know if I love it. Let me try one more thing. I mean, I think the problem is this. This is the problem. So we don't have to commit ourselves to this if it's not working for us. So what if we use this and her, because that looks great. And I don't know if I could use both of these here. No, that is, well, let me see. No, the scale isn't right. All right, got a little bit of an idea here, my friends. What if we actually covered these kids with her? She was like here, and that was the background. And then we could literally use either one of the fabrics, or let's see. I wouldn't want to leave it plain under there, I don't think. Let's try the hat fabric. Here's the hat fabric. I mean, it's cute. It's okay. And then I also have this red and white gingham. What if we layered that on there? Let's have a look. So if we did that, what do you think about that? We could also use a book page. So let's just pretend that's what we were going to do. This would go over the book page, and then it would just have words. Or we could just omit her for this one and do that, which, I mean, that is kind of cute, right? Maybe let's do that. Let's upcycle this old card. Let's go ahead and use this book page, and we'll keep it simple, Boy, oh boy, it took us a lot to get here. But I think I'll be happy with this, which is really great. Right, so the book page does not need to stick out on the sides at all. It just needs to go right here so that the window will go over it, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get our glue. I cannot remember if I mentioned that if you would like to join me for 12 Days of Christmas Cards, you can do that. Just tag me and create your cards and, show them on your socials. That would be awesome. If you are not a content creator, but you would like to make some cards and share them, you can share them in my Facebook group. So you can join if you haven't already, and that'd be great. I'd love, love, love to see your creations. That would be so fun. I would have liked to have made this a big collaboration. I think that would have been so fun. But it's been a busy time because we are planning on moving in 2026. So I just honestly did not have the time to be able to turn it into a collab, even though I really, really wanted to. But you know, I'm one of those people who I do more than I should, and I'm trying to do better about that, especially because we have our hands full with getting the house ready to move in, you know, like I said, 2026. So I'm really, really trying to have more discipline, and maybe not as much more discipline, but like less impulsivity. Because I always just go, yes, and then I like in trouble. And I know there's a lot of you out there that totally get what I'm saying, that you do the same thing. I just know it. All right, we are going to go ahead and get glue on the back of this upcycled card. I think it's so fun to work with older cards. I get such a kick out of it, just recreating with it and giving it new life. I just find it to be so fun and so satisfying. You know, a lot of people throw their cards away, which is fine, I'm not judging, but I like to use them if I can. I just think it's great. And it's a fun challenge. It's like, you know, we have this thing and it is what it is, right? So then what can we do to change it up a little bit and reuse it? I think that's always a fun challenge. This card is so pretty because it's got this glitter on the bottom. I love it. I'd like to add a little bit of trim to this. So I chose this wonderful gingham here. I guess it's really check. I'm not really sure. But at any rate, it looks great. The color palette's perfect, of course. So let's go ahead and add some of that. I'm going to go ahead and use Fabri-Tac. If you don't have any of that and you want to add trim to your creations, you don't have to use Fabri-Tac. You can use hot glue if you need to. All right, so we've got a strand of this at the bottom. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same thing at the top. I'm going to go ahead and sort of push that around a little bit before I put my trim down. All right, now I'm going to flip it over. It's not quite dry yet, but I am going to go ahead and trim off the edges. Maybe one of you will end up receiving this Christmas card, right? All right, let's have a look at it. I mean, it's so cute. It's simple and cute. I could put like a little phrase here, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, if I can find one. Let me see what I can find. Believe it or not, my friends, I hadn't even gotten into my cabinet of Christmas stash. Everything I've been using was like just around, like down here, and my stash is in the very, very top of my cabinetry, which I actually have to use a stool to get to it. So I just grabbed this out of there, and I think we might get lucky and find a little something that we can use down in the snowy part of this card. So this says joy. I think that's great. Let's see. Yeah. Why not? Right down here at the bottom. What do you think about that? Do you like that? The style, the only thing that bothers me is that the style is a little bit different. But that's all the words that I have. I mean, I can't get my whole stash down right now. Now, hold on. We have a little letter that we could sort of put here, sort of tucked, you know, maybe shove that down in there a little bit. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think about that? What else is a possibility? Let's see. I have this adorable deer. This was given to me. And we could put this right down here at the very bottom. I don't know. What do you think? Is it too different? Is it too strange? I just feel like we need something to take up the space. I mean, not that the deer is strange, but I mean like on this card. Now, I also have this little stamp, and actually I have a couple of them, so let me see. Yeah, this one's got Santa on it. That might work. Let's see what we have here. This was given to me as well. Thank you, my friends. I always appreciate you sharing. We could do that. I kind of like that. What do you think? It takes up a little bit of space. I could also put it up here, you know, to take up a little bit more space, but I don't mind it down here. Now, what if, you know, I just came up with an idea. I was just thinking, what if I just, to take up a little bit of this space, and I guess I'm obsessing and I shouldn't. It probably doesn't even need to be taken up, but I could do that. And then if I did that, I could put Santa there. Or we just embrace it the way it is. I'm really conflicted. Okay, I've made a decision. So at the thrift store, I got for $1, I got this pack of adorable little stickers. And I probably bought them for my dollhouse just to decorate in there, you know, like put them on the wall or something like that. But look, I think this looks super cute. It's in the style of, it's in the style of the artwork, so I feel like it works. So before I change my mind, I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to go ahead and get some glue on there. And that'll be great because, you know, I've been obsessing about this card. Okay, but I think it's going to take up just enough space to make me happy. And it's adorable and in the style of the artwork here. So there we go. All right, my friends, I'm happy with it now. I'm going to show this to you up close. Isn't it sweet? Finally. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I love that we used some thrift store items, which was actually the stationery. We used an upcycled Christmas card, one that I had received from the past. This sticker was also from the thrift store. And this ribbon, I'm not sure. I might have got this. Well, let me take a look, see. Yep. I think this was a thrift store find. Either that or it was a clearance find. So that's great stuff, right, you guys? Love it. All right, my friends. Well, I really appreciate you being here. I hope you stop by tomorrow and see what I come up with. Thanks for watching. See you soon.